Well, good morning. Sorry about yesterday. I did start doing the video and then my head went, and later on in the day, and I just took some time out. So the intention was to sit and meditate, and I tried to meditate for about an hour. And then I thought, this isn't working. It happens to us all. I can do quite a lot of meditation. I can sit for an hour or so quite easily in meditation, usually. And yesterday it just wasn't happening. My head was just such a whiz with things that I wasn't able to ground. So I shook it off, and I thought, right, how can I do this? I think I need time to process. So I thought, what do I need to do? And then after I'd thought a little on what I needed to do, I decided that I was going to give myself the whole day off to not so much meditate, but just to connect back to me and to allow myself to try and work stuff out. I thought I needed to go to bric-a-marché anyway, which I didn't go to. I went to Lidl, and then I went to Fiona's. Fiona's lent me her fire, so thank you, Fee. So that I can be warm and I can put the kettle on and stuff, which is going to be ace. So I'm really grateful for that. As you can see, Batty's just enjoying life, aren't you? Hey? You're just enjoying life and snuggling. So I thought, I lay there, listen to audio book for an hour to just really settle. And then I thought, right, okay, I'm going to venture off now to Lidl and get a light bulb, but I only managed to get one light bulb, which was fine. It just so happens that even though it's the thin candle light bulb, it still doesn't fit my light bulb place that I was just going to show you, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't fit in the salt lamp, so I'm like, okay, back to the drawing board. It's not so simple. But I had no lamp to go off, no light bulb to go off. So I've got the correct screwy in bit, the E14, but the bulb's too thick, too wide to go in the allocated hole. So never mind, But I did that yesterday. I achieved that, and I got potatoes. And Fiona's give me some eggs because my chickens aren't laying just yet because they've obviously been through a lot. So I sorted that out. I had a chat and cup of tea, which was brilliant. It's always good to have tea with Fee. And then ventured back before it was dark. And I then got to talk to my daughter, which was amazing. In the last few years, well, since 2013, me and my daughter have not really, we've spoke, but we haven't really just sat and been present with each other. And yesterday, the conversation must have lasted about 2 hours. And it just flowed, and I sat and I listened to, and she just spoke and she opened up and she just shared so much. And it was just an amazingly wonderful thing to be able to hold space for my daughter, because I hold space for many people. And it's so beautiful to share that sacred time with someone that I love dearly, who's close to me. And for it to have been a first, it makes it even more precious. So to be able to sit and listen and just be with her, even though there's a lot of miles between us, it was just so beautiful to be present and be there. I also got took myself to a Chinese shop, and they're called Chinese lodges. Lodgia is shop, and I managed to get myself for €10.50 a 3-pin, as in 3 pins that you put plugs into, with 2 USB ports, on a 1.5 meter cable. So that has changed my life considerably, because instead of having to go and charge in the van or try and charge in the house, I can now charge in the little lodge here. So it's meant that I could have my phone on charge by the side of the bed while I went to sleep, which has been amazing. Like, it's the small things, you know. So to have that now, and to be able to have got a travel adapter, which I did, for €1.45, that meant that I can now use a 3-pin plug, so I can use my little whizzer, you know, my hand mixer, hand blender. I can use that now to make my smoothies, which is brilliant. So I'm really pleased about that. And then I went to the counter, obviously in Portugal, the Chinese lodger, and I put the stuff on, and he did whatever. I says, obrigada. And he gave me a Chinese New Year calendar. So I says, Kung Ki Fat Choi, which is Happy New Year in Chinese. It's the only Chinese I know. But his smile on his face, ear to ear, and he looked at me and he says, obrigada. I says, muito obrigada. I says, you know, thank you so much. And I got my calendar and put it in the van. So it was an honour to be able to show my respect to a Chinese person in Portugal. It made my day, you know, it made my day. So, you know, had a little adventure. Batty saw his friends, Cece and Mark and Rue, and that was cool. We saw Mike Holland, and that was cool too. So yeah, it was a beautiful day, really, with just being. And then, like, but not so much being with myself, but just being present in various ways in different aspects of life. And then I've headed back here, and put just in time before dark, and Chunk and Whitetail have gone to bed, and sleepy boy, and the other birds were all right, and so I sorted that out. And then I realised that the wheel, or should I say the tyre, you don't get flat wheels, but you get flat tyres on wheels, on the wheelbarrow, was well and truly flatter than a flat thing on National Flat Day. So that needs sorting today. I can only think that it's been got by a big gigantic thorn, those very flowery pretty things with big gigantic thorns on, that got cut down when Jack was here. I call him Jack, but it may be Yarp or something, I don't know. But yeah, so that's something else. So last night I managed to settle down and get a cup of tea and have some chicken stew and go to sleep, which was lovely. And then I woke up with my head whizzing again at 4. It was really going for it, you know. So I thought, it's time to think of, what do I need? What are my needs? How can I meet my needs right now? And I lay there for an hour or so, just contemplating, not procrastinating, but just thinking about, what are my needs? How do I how can I look at what my needs are and how I need them being met, to be met, and what would make my life easier. Because this is a new project. It's all new. It's new for the landowners. It's their new baby. It's my new baby, as in I'm here taking on something that I've not seen coming. I don't think any of us saw this coming, but it seemed to have just landed like divine timing at the right time for us to all meet our needs and get things done and learn and grow together. So yeah, I sat and I contemplated and I thought, right, well, I need to be clear and direct with what my needs are and what my experiences have been over this last week, because today is day 8, and there's a lot that's gone on, as you can imagine, and it's getting to look at what went right, what didn't go right, and where things can be improved. And I did that. I wrote things down, and then we ended up having a meeting, which was brilliant. I couldn't have wished for a better outcome, and we're now all establishing what we want before we have a meeting when they fly in at weekend, which is brilliant. They provided the space for me to be heard and to let me know that I'm appreciated and they do value what I know and how I'm finding things here, and they are, responding to those things in the best way they possibly can and working with me for positive solutions, which is awesome. It's very rare that kind of thing happens in my experience, but to be with people who sit and listen and where you can speak honestly and openly about your hopes, your fears, your dreams. You don't have to polish anything up. You don't have to make anything better than it is. You just say it. You just speak your truth, pure and utter, authentic, raw truth, without your filters, no filters required. You just say it. You say, this is what it is, bang. And for us all to do that I'm still like processing a bit now, but it was truly phenomenal. It was really like an amazing life experience, to be quite honest, to 3 souls, from 3 different places in the world getting together and just sharing everything. And because of the love that's shared as well, we were able to listen, hear each other and come up with some pretty good solutions and head towards some more solutions, which makes me feel incredibly positive about having a working relationship and being able to develop things here. And I feel like we're going to move forward and move past everything, like all the little things. Things do happen, You can have a relationship with a postman and still have issues, someone that just pops into your life once for a few moments a day. And it's being able to develop that relationship from a place of love and authenticity to be able to really achieve some really good shit. And that's what I feel we're doing here. So we have heard each other. We are working on solutions, and I feel at weekend we are really going to get some serious shit solved and put in place to just make this whole project of people's lives coming together and people's hopes and dreams becoming reality. And we're going to actually get it really up and running. We're like, this week was the preparation, I suppose, and this morning was the just getting the spark running. And come weekend, we're gonna stoke up that fire and get things really, really moving. Not fast, but actually, you know, warming up the engine kind of thing to start it on a nice, slow, leisurely, gentle plod where we start working with Pachamama and making life sustainable, making relationships sustainable, you know. And that was something that I dreamed of, that I thought might have only been possible at Asha. And now I'm seeing that actually it's really possible with anywhere in the world, as long as you've got the people who are dedicated to that shared outcome, you know, who share that vision for a sustainable lifestyle where people get on, you know, where people do work together to achieve everyone's goal, instead of it just being about a chain of command and all serving the upper, you know, people or things up the food chain. This is where it's more of a community of minds instead of a hierarchy, where everyone is valued and matters, you know, everyone from the animals and the children and all the adults and whoever else comes into the space, where people are appreciated for who they are and what they can bring. Yeah, and it's all about sharing the love. So thank you for just being part of that, and thank you for bearing with me while I have my blip. And today I'm just getting a few bits and pieces sorted, and I'm gonna just slowly and steadily get on to do a few more bits and pieces and get things moving here. Once I've moved little Batty, is well and truly asleep like. But anyway, I best go because we're on 18 minutes of video already with me rambling. But no, it needed to be said. I needed to share it, and I needed to explain where I'm at, and apologise for not doing the video yesterday. So onwards and upwards. Big loves to all, and I'll catch you in the next video.